WA, but this time it's a little bit different. Red Dirt has partnered up with Overlander to show you guys from the East Coast how you can get yourself to the West Coast and go on the trip of a lifetime. Now, you guys know that I drive one of the most ultimate touring machines, but I've left my Hilux on the East Coast. I'm still driving a Hilux, but it's the Overlander Hilux. I wanted to show you guys how you can get yourself to this side of the country on a budget-friendly adventure, even if you didn't think that you'd be able to do it yourself. So this episode is going to be me showing you why it's worth it, what you can go and see, and how you can make it possible. So let's go. So as far as the eye can see, it's just desert with these unusual rock formations. Scientists aren't 100% sure how or why they got here, but the allegations is that there once upon a time was a forest, a whole lot of sand came through, the wind blew it away, and all these rock formations are calcified tree stumps. Super interesting, but I can't confirm it, so don't quote me on it. But the Pinnacles Desert, definitely something worth coming and seeing on your way out of Perth. We have a lot of kilometers that we need to do to get to the ultimate final destination, which is, just have to wait and see. So let's get driving, because there's a bit of driving that needs to be done. I've never been so keen to get out of the car. This car is lovely. But man, I'm excited to see this. The drive-in, damn, the drive-in was so nice. You can see the canyons in the distance. It's way too hot for a jumper. Oh, on that note, you guys know what to do. Support the channel, support the mission going forward. You want to see more episodes like this. After you finish watching this, go over to the website and go and check out the merch. There's always new designs dropping. That's a must. And if you guys haven't gotten your hands on anything, you know what to do. Wow, that was outrageous. I knew it was going to be good, but that was so much better. In the same national park, there's a place called Nature's Window, and apparently it is the place to go to get a really iconic photo. So let's go and see it. Normally I don't like touristy places or viewing points because there's people around, but these were sensational. Now that we've seen them all, I really want to get beyond the busy locations and really into the environment, which means we have to go on a 2.5 kilometer walk to be able to get down in and amongst the gorge. The walk is called Z-Bend, so if you ever come to Kalbarri National Park, I really recommend that you come and see this place for yourself, because there's so much to do and we're trying to squish it into a very small period of time, but you could spend all day here. Okay, I've made it down to the very bottom of the Z-Bend Trail. The Murchison River, it's not in full flow. It would be absolutely insane if there was more water in it, but still really nice just as is. I would highly recommend coming to this exact location. Well, I'm pleased to tell you that we made the sunset, but the issue is, can you see that? You can't, because it's behind clouds. But at least we made it to camp. Also, let me just point out, look at these water views. That's absolutely insane. I really do like where we've camped for the night and the opportunity to have a shower, somewhere nice and quiet, and where we need to be for tomorrow, because tomorrow is a huge jam-packed day. I think tonight's gonna be a bit of a 2-minute noodle and go straight to bed kind of night, but I will do a big cook up out of this car. I just don't think that I'll do it tonight because I'm exhausted, and I do want to take you around the entire vehicle, but I really need another day just to be able to use the car so that I can give you my 2 cents. So let me do that. Let me sleep in the bed tonight, And then tomorrow, after a big night's sleep, a bit of cooking out of the back of it, and using the last little camping tools that the car's got, I'll be able to tell you what I think, and we'll do a bit of a tour. But let's just enjoy the sunset, non-sunset, and I think I will see you guys in the morning. Wow. It's like the Great Ocean Road. Good morning, day 2. What a nice day and a great place it has been to start. Just a little bit further along from camp and on my way into town, there's a bunch of these cliff edges that you can stop at. They remind me so much of the Great Ocean Road. I saw them driving past yesterday when we were racing to get the sunset, and I wanted to check them out today, and they were amazing. I've gotten up very early. I know you can't tell. It's like 6 a.m. and I've got heaps of driving that I want to get done today so that I can arrive to a place called Coral Bay. So let's go and do everything that we want to do here and then get some kilometers done in the car. Okay, according to my classic tourist brochure, believe it or not, this is how I get around on red dirt way more than what you realize. We're at the Nature Bridge, which town is all the way up where the inlet is, but just before town there's a place called Blue Holes. And this brochure keeps going on and on and on and on and on about blue holes being that. That's where I want to go. Now that you've got a mental picture of what it's supposed to look like, let's see if we can get it. Upon thought, the tide really does matter here. It doesn't look as good as what it does in the brochure, but that's just because the tide is completely out. I imagine when the tide is in that it's a whole lot nicer. There's nothing to worry about because, as the name of the next place suggests, being Coral Bay, I think you can imagine that we're going to get in the water and do some diving, and that Coral Bay will probably live up to its name, and there's no need for a brochure for that one, just Google it. After a nice long drive, I've finally arrived to Coral Bay, known for its coral in the bay. Get the diving gear out and go into the ocean and see this Coral Bay. The weather is on, the wind is on. I think it's going to be fantastic. Well, that was amazing, wasn't it, cameraman? I didn't do it alone. I loved it. I haven't seen coral that good in such a long time. Now it's time to pack up, make our way to where I want to be ending the day, which is a place called Osprey Bay. I'm hoping that if the weather works out well, maybe, I'll be able to go for a little bit of a kite, or maybe slash tomorrow with the wind. Oh, look at this. This is unbelievable.
Every single day I feel the pressure. Double up the work, let's make it extra. Working so my mother get a rest, yeah.
Exmouth is the best!
Every single day I feel the pressure. Diamonds in my eyes, I know I'm special. In the gym, I gotta get my reps up. In the gym, I gotta get my...
It is extremely windy here, but I do really want to give you the rundown now that I've had the car for more than 24 hours. I know a thing or two about it, and I think I can give it a good old review. So let's hit it with the kitchen first. First impressions, it's pretty good. It's got this drop-down table. This isn't the only table, it also comes with a secondary table, but you have to set it up. I've just been running with this convenience. Behind here, some storage, pantry, more storage, more storage, more storage, more storage, and then a fridge. I reckon this is like an 85, I think. It looks similar to the one in my car. And then some 12 volt. The thing that I've noticed right away is that there is a lot of storage, and I would be someone that travels, I reckon, heavy-handed, because I do have a lot of camera gear, chargers, drones and whatnot, and even I'm struggling to fill this side of it. It's got a water pump. I had a shower before. Just down here there's water, there's lights that turn orange. With a car like this, you'll be able to have big, large, fat, juicy meals because there's a lot of food that you can fit into this side of it. Let's go to the other side where the toys are. The amount of storage, because I didn't opt out on how many toys that I wanted to bring. I've got my kite board. I've got both my kites, diving gear, all the wetsuits. Like I brought a lot of stuff. I really like this. And the car comes with 4 chairs that get stored up here, bedding that gets stored up here as well for you. Okay, next, the overall back of the car. There's not 1 spare tire, there's 2. That's pretty cool. But also, there's not 1 rooftop tent, there's 2. I have very little experience and I feel like I rarely see cars that have 2 rooftop tents on them. But this leads me to the point where this car was actually built to be able to take a full family and be able to keep the full family comfortable and off the floor, have the storage, have the bedding, have the chairs, have everything. Long range fuel tank, water tank, air compressor, spare tires, 2 rooftop tents, amazing 12 volt and 24 volt. So they've definitely put some thought into it. Okay, lastly, let's get in the cockpit of the car. To tour in this car, I know it's an N80, I know I drive a Hilux myself, but my Hilux does not have what this Hilux has. The lane assist, the cruise control adapt is really well done too. It doesn't have to overcompensate. But a lot of my time has been spent sitting in this seat trying to drive this car. And having new modern vehicles makes touring so much nicer. They've definitely gone and gotten stuff straight from the dealership so that it's brand new, so that it's trustworthy, so that you don't have to use your brain cells to try to get around and think of safety. Another thing that they do about safety is this book. I think that it's marvelous. They've tried to make it dummy proof. How to drive on the beach, how to do water crossings, how to drive washouts, how to drive inland tracks, how to drive rocks and obstacles. What do you do if you get bogged? I've really wanted to get bogged in this episode. The car drives pretty nice, surprisingly, with all of the weight on the back. I really thought that it would get bogged. If I can get this car on some seriously WA soft sand and get it bogged, I'm gonna try to get myself out of the bog just following these 4 steps. They've tried to make it as easy as possible, and that's why I was so meticulous when I was picking the company that I wanted to use to come over to the other side of the country and come touring. We'll leave the car tour there, and I'm starving. I said that to you guys hours ago. I'm starving, so I'm gonna cook some dinner and we'll save all the data and the numbers for a little bit later, all right? Let's eat. I wasn't kidding when I said I was hungry, that I forgot to film myself eating the food. But I did eat it and it was delicious, and now I've gotten stuck into doing some work. So I think that might be a good place to wrap up the night. Let me do a little bit of this. You skip all the boring parts and I'll see you in the morning. Good morning. The wind didn't die overnight. I really don't want to leave this place before getting out on the water one more time. Just because I had the energy and we're in such a beautiful place and I need a really good feed, I'm gonna make a nice big lunch that should leave me with some leftovers to make it easier for tomorrow. But I call this like a healthy quinoa chicken lemon salad thing. All you need: chicken, broccoli, quinoa, chia seeds are optional, lemon, this stuff's like $1, lemon oil, this stuff's like $10, and then some salt. It's done. Look how delicious this looks. Healthy quinoa chicken lemon salad thing, and it leaves a lot of leftovers. I've really wanted to get bogged in this episode. I really thought that it would get bogged. If I can get this car on some seriously WA soft sand and get it bogged, I'm gonna try to get myself out of the bog just following these 4 steps. Okay, dig sand from front of wheels or rear, depending on direction of travel. Place recovery boards and slowly crawl onto them. Thumbs up. Nothing to be scared about. As the book said, don't panic. If I can do it, you can do it. So we have touched base in Exmouth, caught up with our mates, and we're already out on 2 boats, ready to go for a dive and catch some dinner for tonight. We've got Jaden, Rach, Josh in the background, Zach's up there. How are we feeling?
Oh yeah.
Yeah? Yeah, it's so hot. We're so excited to get in the water and we're hungry, so let's see what we can catch. Well, that is a wrap for another episode of Red Dirt Diary. Please show some love and support to me and the channel by going and subscribing if you haven't already. And I've decided to take this episode one step further for you guys. If you're interested to see the breakdown in costings, fuel consumption, kilometers traveled, to answer the big question, is it worth opting for an option like this or traveling across the country if you want to go and visit the West Coast and you live on the East Coast? That episode will be dropping tomorrow night, so look forward to that. We'll see you next time. I'm really struggling here. I have my period, bro. My brain is like, it's be impossible with one person because I'm here alone, right? Yeah. And strong. Oh wow, do you feel that bounce? Oh my God, I've never sat on anything this high before. Look at the fishies. Now it's time to continue in the direction where I want to be ending my day, which is where we're going to be camping for the night, which is called... I need to sneeze. Where do I... Oh, the tongs went inside. Oh, 3-second rule. Are you joking? If I have children one day, I'm dragging them behind me on a kite. Do you know how committed I was to going kiting and getting a good intro shot while trying to navigate the whatever? I broke my nail. Hello. I'm very worried about how much wind it is. Do we seem to be okay? We seem to be okay? I continue then. Could you really see in the drone that I wasn't getting fake bogged? Surely. Because that was genuine as hell, but I feel like I said it before, and then you do end up getting bogged. Everyone's like, staged. Which is bullshit.